Dawood, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, Dawood.
Dawood, there we
Yes.
go, Dawood. Dawood Olgar, CEO of Digi Cars. And we've met, I think, twice before, eh?
Yes, we have.
Twice, yeah.
We've met at a dealership, I think, in 2020,
Yes.
post the first lockdown.
Yes, post the first lockdown,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful dealership. If there's ever a dealership that I think is a nice place to have a cup of coffee in, it's Digi Cars dealership.
Thank you. We try.
How did you end up at that premises?
So I've been in the motor industry for about 20 years, and then I wanted to do things a bit differently. And then the whole idea of the customer experience and the convenience for your clientele, that's come to mind, and I tried really hard of what do I do differently. Partner and I traveled to the States. We visited a Tesla showroom, got a lot of inspiration from there. And then so the decision was made, let's move out, and fortunately we were able to find this beautiful building, and we were able to create it in the vision that we had for the future of motoring. And so it started off from there.
Jeez, I mean, but it's almost like at the heart of the entrance to Sandton. It's when you drive into Sandton, you can't miss Digi Cars.
Yes.
I mean, was it standing empty, or did you have to fight for it?
We got it off plan, so they're still building it.
Okay.
So it worked in our advantage. We could then spec it and design it how we wanted to.
Yeah. So you went over to the States. You saw a Tesla showroom. You say you were in the industry before.
Yes.
Okay.
We were based out in Nigel for 16 years.
As a
used car dealer.
Used car dealer. Okay.
You go around and you see Tesla, and you look at BMW and Mercedes-Benz, and everyone, so all the OEMs are focused on the customer experience. It's really lacking from a used car perspective. There's very few, I mean, like you mentioned, you've seen Digi Cars and it blew you away, but I mean, you can go to multiple OEMs and have an amazing experience in the dealerships. I think it was like, how do we level up from the used car experience? How do we give someone that experience? And I mean, our philosophy is simple. Whether you're buying a 200,000 rand car or a $1 million rand car, I'll give you the same service, the same experience across the range.
Yeah. And so how did you come to this concept of, because you say you were operating out of Nigel. Was it called Digi Cars before?
No, it was Olgar's Auto.
Olgar's Auto, okay. Yeah. Which is the normal thing to do for an independent, I think, is to kind of like call it something to do with the family name, or nothing wrong with that, but Digi Cars is such a, like, it rolls off your tongue easily. How did you come up with the name?
So I give credit to my business partner Abdullah on that day. We spent months and that going back and forth on the name, and then we settled at Digi Cars.
Okay, so you move into Sandton. Which year was it?
This was 2017.
17. Okay, so way before this pandemic lockdown story.
Yes.
You move into Sandton. You open Digi Cars. You move your operation, I'm assuming, from Nigel. Or you still have an operation there?
We've moved it over now. Yeah.
You've moved it all over. Yeah. You start Digi Cars, and this concept of a digital dealership, which kind of Digi Cars speaks to, was that what drove you?
That definitely was a big component. We tried to have a minimalistic experience in a dealership, and a lot of cars off-site in a warehouse kind of thingy. But obviously our South African market is not matured yet from a used car perspective to buy completely online. So we got a bit of a hybrid approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But your vision was with Digi Cars, I mean, an example of in America is Carvana,
Exactly.
which is kind of what Digi Cars strikes me as when I think about the concept. Walk into the dealership and I'm met by a robot. What is her name? Pepper. Yes, you met by Pepper.
Yes.
I mean, that thing's expensive. She's like R1 million or something.
Yeah. She's touring Paris at the moment. She's gone for an upgrade.
Oh.
So she's in France at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. So you meet Pepper, and obviously Pepper's a robot on wheels, and tries to give you a bit of service.
Sure.
Then you walk into the dealership, and everything just looks. You're right. It looks franchised dealership kind of level. I didn't think of that connection really, but it looks franchise dealership level.
Yeah. So from our service offerings to the experience to the after sales, we've got a lot of components of an traditional OEM experience, with the CSI and after service and everything. I mean, if you look at the price of used cars, it's not cheap.
No.
It's premium. So you should have the service with it as well.
Yes. Well, I mean, to everybody, their car is their premium purchase, right? Whether it's 200,000, like you say, or 500,000, it's their premium purchase. Your coffee is really nice because I've had coffee there now.
Thank you.
It's really, and I'm a coffee nut. So you get this premium service when you walk into Digi Cars. How does that extend to the digital side of the dealership? How are you doing things differently as Digi Cars versus a traditional dealer, say?
So we have a lot of stock kept off-site. We have a warehouse, and you actually, if you come into store, you come online, it's an omni-channel experience. So you can do the entire process digitally. You can hop on and speak to a human being, or you can start off with a human being and so it's omni-channel approach as to how you want to conclude a transaction. And our initial concept of having very few cars on the floor, the Tesla model, I don't think the South African audience is ready for it. Customers still want to come in, touch feel.
Yeah.
But we, as time goes on, I mean, I think now we're doing probably 7 or 8 units a month where it's completely online.
Really?
And
what is your total stock holding?
We're carrying about 150 units.
Okay. So it's single digits still, but still 7 or 8 units
but
totally
completely
online.
Yeah. It's paying off now. And I think we're ready to invest more in the digital journey.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you've got this well-built digital backend, which is not what today is about. But but I'd be keen to explore that in another session. But
sure.
That digital kind of CRM system that you've got is something else. I mean,
sure.
I've had a short look at it before, and it just speaks to Digi Cars as a digital dealership. But should I say you're in the top 3 dealers buying cars off our instant offer platform?
Fantastic.
Like, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
You're in the top 3,
okay.
and I guess the reason you're sitting here today is you're in the top 3. And I wanted to ask you a few kind of
sure.
questions around your experience. And when and why did you sign up for Instant Offer?
I heard of Instant Offer around November. It was in infancy stages, and then I mean. Everyone knows there's no used cars as a premium at the moment. There's no stock in the industry. We, like everyone else, tried our own platform, and we've been spending money marketing and having people on the road and that there. And when AutoTrader came with this, I'm like, it's trustable, it's a brand, let's sign up.
So what Instant Offer is designed to do, so what we've kind of built it to try and do, is to try and bring the trade-in back to your dealership. Do you feel like that is the purpose and what you see coming through?
Yeah, so I am getting a lot of offers. I mean, there's hundreds of offers every day, and the clients that we do engage with, a lot of them are looking at of moving overseas, but a lot of them also are buying brand new cars, and they're trying to see what maximum they get for their vehicle. So yes, so there are trade-ins. So a lot of them are trade-ins coming back into the market. And so George, I'll explain to you. I mean, I've been trying to buy used cars off a platform, and we've been pumping hundreds of thousands into it. But Instant Offer kicked in, and within 2 months, I'm getting more leads from there than I had on my own platform.
Oh, really?
So for me, it's a business decision. I'm saving money, and I'm getting a variety of cars. So yeah.
And the quality of stock that you find you're getting off Instant Offer?
There's all types of cars. So it depends on what type of dealership you are. We do try to keep low mileage, high quality, accident-free vehicles, but I'm buying cars weekly. What
do you find is the biggest benefit of Instant Offer to you as a dealership?
The convenience, saving the business money in marketing fees and a whole lot of buyers and everything, because it's all there on the platform.
So convenient. I mean, one of the principles of Instant Offer is that your dealership has to go out to the consumer, whereas it's probably more convenient for your dealership, or any dealership for that matter, for the consumer to come into your dealership. So how does it kind of play into your dealership strategy to now have to go to the consumer?
For the last 5 or 6 years, we've been going out to consumers to buy cars.
Okay.
With the big car buyout in the market, and we all know what that is, they've revolutionized the way you trade in the motor industry. I mean, for the last 5 or 6 years, stock has been short.
Yeah.
And if you want quality cars, you go out, because there's value in a trade-in, and consumers now have the right. Before, having a trade-in was a burden, but now you have an asset having a trade-in.
Yeah.
So we've always been going out, and the convenience is I'm no longer sitting in marketing strategies and how do I create credibility around Digi Cars to buy your car, when AutoTrader, who's got over 25 years in the marketplace, is offering it. There's immediate credibility to AutoTrader, so consumers are happy to advertise their cars there.
And what are the challenges you faced? I mean, this product is in its infancy, and we're improving it all the time, and we've got a keen focus on it. It comes with its challenges. We've identified some challenges. What challenges are you facing on the platform at the moment?
Unfortunately, as it gets better known, you're getting some of the bad elements coming onto the platform and loading their vehicles on. So we just got to be a bit more careful as to what we offer and what we go out to see.
Yes.
But I mean, that's normal in any industry. So that's one. Number two is we've had a lot of improvements over the last 3 months, and I know my team is always giving feedback to your team in terms of what we need change in there, how the vehicles are displayed, the ease of the buying process. So there has been a lot of improvement. I think there needs to be a bit more automatic check when someone's loading the vehicle for year, model, and perhaps ownership, to take out some of those nasty elements that are putting their cars onto the platform.
Yeah.
Look, it's very few.
But I mean, traditionally, it's the challenges that used car dealers face.
Yeah.
It's ownership check, accident check, those kinds of things, and we do have stuff in the pipeline to try and solve those problems. In terms of checking on because the last thing what anybody would want is for you to have to invest resource, go out and see the car, and then not end up buying it. Because the platform's objective is that only one dealer goes out to buy the car, and you actually buy the car.
Yeah. So traditionally, you would be engaging with the client directly, so you'll be able to access those documents before you go out. So here you're not engaging with the client as such. So that's why it'll be beneficial if those checks could be done before the cars put it onto the platform.
Yes.
Because that would mitigate the risk.
We're definitely putting steps in place to get those things checked. Generally, your benefits of instant offer?
Lots. So, there's so many high, good quality cars coming on the platform. And when you meet the owners, Nete, you can see these people are quite pedantic on how they looked after their car. They're particular on their information and everything. And those are the type of cars you want to buy. And my feeling is the only reason they've put out their details is because they trust AutoTrader. So
you feel like it's the AutoTrader brand that's creating the trust with the consumer.
Most definitely.
And then dealers like Digi Cars piggybacking off that. Which means
definitely.
that reduce your marketing costs to actually finding cars.
Definitely. I mean, the AutoTrader brand is known everywhere in South Africa, and it has such credibility with the brand, and we're piggybacking off that there. And I mean, when we get to the client, we conclude the transaction, we pay immediately, so we're still protecting the brand of AutoTrader, and I mean, it works both ways.
So I suppose there's no real revenue impact except for kind of selling the car on afterwards. It's more there's a cost reduction in using the platform, because you don't have to market the car. You don't have to market to buy cars yourself.
If you go online today, everyone's trying to buy cars. It's I buy your car and you buy my car and everything like that. I mean, if you want to just buy the AdWord, use cars, or say I buy cars or we buy cars, whatever it is, you're going to pay so much for that particular word. So if you've got a budget of 30,000 Rand a month, and you're applying it to Google and the social media and Facebook and everything, if you get maybe 5 purchases or 4 purchases, you're lucky.
Really?
That's how competitive it is. You need to play with at least 200,000 or 300,000 Rand, in my opinion, to make a dent in the buying market. So I'd rather invest that money in having more evaluators and more buyers on the road that can go out and look at these cars. I mean, I was speaking to the team the other day, and I said to them that once this is rolled out nationally, I'd like to be offered cars around the country. I'll put buyers everywhere. Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
When you can partner up with AutoTrader?
Well, I mean, that's already possible, right?
Yeah.
So with Instant Offer, if you have a physical buyer in KZN and you give us the location of that buyer, you can buy cars from KZN. You can buy cars from Cape Town. We've already got one dealer on the platform who has buyers nationally, and they bid on cars in Cape Town, although their dealership is in Gauteng. You can do that today. It's not
amazing. I'm gonna run back to the office when you're done. I'm gonna roll it out.
Exactly. So very finally, Dawood, and what would you say to other dealers who are considering coming onto the Instant Offer platform?
I think there's definitely value in it. You're going to save marketing costs. You need stock to sell cars, and this definitely is a platform that will make the cars available. And I think the more dealers coming onto the platform will make it a better business case for AutoTrader to spend more money marketing. And it's a win-win, because I think we all got to come together to have a force to reckon with some of the bigger guys that are buying cars already.
On that note, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me here.
It's been epic. Let's do it again.
Thank you.